Alright, welcome to Season 4, Race 14 of my F1 2020, my team career mode. At Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. Just got done with qualifying, which turned out pretty well. Just got nipped for second. You can see the gap there is pretty close. So P3, but I think he's have a good shot to get the lead out of the first corner off the start. Anything else really surprising? I guess Leclerc being down in P14 is kind of surprising. The Racing Points being so far down on a track that should favor them is a little surprising as well, but that's how it goes. So that is qualifying. And I'll show you the weather in a second because it's the most interesting weather forecast I've had in a while for a race. I'll show it off once we get to the back to the home area.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Alright, and here's the weather forecast. Very interesting. So, of course, whenever they give the weather forecast, it's split into like 7 little slots there. And the first 2 slots are rain. So, if we divide it up by the lap total, so it's 22 laps. Doesn't quite work out against the best. So if it was 21 laps, it would be 3 even. But essentially, if my math works out, it's about the first 5 or 6 laps are going to be rain. And then it should dry out from there. So that will be very interesting. R&D tree, everything's maxed out, so we have nothing to spend the points on at this stage. And R&D chart, everyone's starting to level out a little bit. And yeah, that is it. Let us get to the Belgian Grand Prix.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps then, a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 right corners and 10 left corners, giving us a grand total of 19. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in these conditions, we won't be seeing anything like that today. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Anthony, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have the owner driver, Hamilton, Alexander Albon, and Ocon, Kvyat, Gasly, Verstappen, and Lando Norris, Sainz, Matsushita, Luca Giotto, and Leclerc, Perez, Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi, and George Russell, Magnussen, De Vries, Latifi, and Tatiana Calderon. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alright, should be starting on the intermediates. Race strategy obviously says go to another set of intermediates, but I suspect that will not be the case, and that we will be going towards dries at some point.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. Okay, our main competitors in this race are Bottas and Hamilton. We're looking at another 5, maybe 10 minutes of this rain. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Feel the rain coming down. Or you can hear it, I guess they should say. It's going to be interesting when the rain stops and when the dry line forms. Because when that crossover period occurs, will determine what tire we go on. I guess it's just a waiting game, I guess. Or it will be a waiting game, just to see.
Okay, I think the track will be drying out quite soon. Mind you don't burn out your tyres.
It's not drying out quite yet, the rain is still coming down. Starting grid. Should be an interesting first lap. Let's see if we can get a good start and make anything happen in turn 1.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Is forming up now. Here we go. 5, red lights at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. And we're underway. Dive bomb into turn 1. And contact with Ricardo. But it's all good. We keep going. We have made it into the lead. Took advantage of the turn 1 dive bomb. Sent it and we got it. A little bit of contact. That's okay. We are in the lead. So now we are the ones who control this race. Oh, running a little wide there. Orderly start, from what I can tell. No issues I noticed.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
Carter's gonna try to make a move here. Try to fend him off. Oh, going a little wide. Oh, Ricardo's there. Here comes Bottas. And our little issue there with Ricardo is allowing Bottas to sneak into P2. Doing our mid-session save right at the start. Now don't forget, Bottas is now second in the Drivers' Championship after overtaking Daniel Ricciardo in Hungary after Ricciardo's second consecutive retirement due to engine troubles. Bottas is right there.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap of the race, set by yours truly. Now, personally, I think the play
Let's use overtake and
going
burn some
to
of this energy.
be to swap to a set when the time does come to pit. Right now, I feel like it's going to be a medium tire is what we're going to go with. See how that pans out. At least what I'm thinking initially is Bottas looks to make a move. Wide. Bottas gonna try the outside. Gonna try it, but there's nothing. There's never gonna be anything there. Use the ERS to just keep the distance. Power down the straightaway. The bends. Right before the final chicane.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right tyre for the time being, but we're not a million miles away from slick conditions.
Definitely looks to be, the rain looks to be stopping. Looks like the rain stopped.
It's borderline, but if I were you, I'd come in and change tyres. I'm just not sure we're on the right ones for the conditions anymore. A new strategy is available on
Oh,
the
there it
LFD.
is. DRS has been enabled.
Got that confirmed.
And they want to go for a soft tire, medium tire strategy. Interesting. And I think some might go with the soft. I'm curious to see if anyone goes with the hard tire.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the
I'm
next
gonna
stop.
go with the medium tire and see where that takes me. I don't think anyone can stay out, because normally you get the situation where some people stay out if the pits are too crowded, but I don't think you can do that here. You can't drive around on this long track, like a long track like Spa, and just wait. I don't think you can do that. And meanwhile, Ricardo looking to overtake Valtteri Bottas. I just go running off the road, not paying attention at all to where I am going. And I wreck myself. That's lovely.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Ooh, that's not fun. I cut the chicane practically.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
All right. Oh boy, you got some people staying out. Yes, they did not want a double stack. I guess that's the fear. Some people just do not want to do that double stack. We're gonna go for the mediums.
Release, release.
And everyone else goes with softs.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
Which is a bit comforting in the sense that I know for sure everyone is going to be doing a two-stop race from this point, I would think.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Now everybody else should be pitting this time.
Daniel's in the pits. Our gap to the car in front is 2.9 seconds.
Bottas getting stuck behind some of those cars who stayed on the intermediates for that extra lap. It's definitely going to help us out in terms of running position. Everybody else.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
So checking the new running order as of now. So Bottas is second, Albon is third, Kvyat is fourth, Verstappen is fifth, Gasly is sixth, Ricciardo is seventh, and interestingly enough, me and him are on the same wavelength in terms of inters to mediums. Norris is 8th, Ocon is 9th, Stroll is 10th, Giotto 11th, Hamilton 12th, Russell 13th, Leclerc 14th, Sainz 15th, Matsushita 16th, Giovinazzi 17th, Perez 18th, then Latifi, De Vries, Magnussen, and Calderon. And Leclerc and then some of the back markers went with hards, so they're going to be running all the way to the end. I'm very curious to see how long this, or how far this medium tire can go. Pit window, according to this, is lap 14 and 19. So it just gives you sort of a window. You'd have to extend it 3 laps beyond the window to make it to the end. So I think right now, the only other driver that I think is a threat for the win right now is Ricciardo. Because of the fact that he is on the mediums. Now he could do a 2-stop.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Completely change up the, or not change up, but completely, put it back in my favor, but I don't know, something tells me that Ricciardo is going to try to go all the way if he can. Now, what I'm wondering is whether these soft tire runners, if their strategy is to do double softs. Has me curious. Now it's very bright. That rain went away very quickly.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
I actually thought the crossover would be a little more subtle, but I guess with the track being so big, it wasn't very subtle at all. It just switched off. personal best, but not the fastest lap of the race. That title still goes to Bottas. Actually, check something on the car. I have sponsors missing. I didn't even notice this. Zinetto is on there. 7 is on there. DSB Optics is on there. Yeah, there's sponsors missing on this car. Maybe I just didn't put them back. Huh. I didn't even notice that. Oh well, I guess we'll just, well, pretty much have to keep going. I'll have to fix that after the race. I knew something felt a little weird about the car in terms of the look. I just had a feeling that there was something off. At least we know what it was. We are maintaining the gap to Bottas, but well, it's just dipped under 3 seconds, but primarily it's been just over 3 seconds.
To teammate behind is 9.2 seconds. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Okay, copy that.
Coming from softs, lap 15. Tire work still pretty good. No real concerns at the moment. Bottas is definitely closing the gap.
We're leading our teammate by 9.9
So that last lap, I had a
seconds.
purple first sector, green second sector, and red third sector. Let me try that again. I did not take a Rouge and Radion very well.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
And I actually just noticed that the pit window went from lap 15 to 19 to now lap 15 to 21. So it appears that the strategy has changed a little bit in my favor, and I really feel like I can stretch these out all the way to the end.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Whoops, cut the corner. Side by side with Bottas through a Rouge and Radion. Oh, just cut the corner. Why do I keep doing that?
Okay, clear.
Oh, let's see that again. not even paying attention to where I'm going. Come on. Oh, did somebody... Excuse me, did somebody run into the back Bottas? Oh, Gasly, did he run into the back Bottas? No, he slowed up for him, though. Just make sure Gasly didn't run into the back of Bottas. Nope, he didn't. He stuck behind him. Did not run into the back of him. That's good. Great little drama. Excuse me. I would suspect that the guys on softs should be pitting within the next two laps or so, I would think. Oh, and there we go. Albon's in the pits. Kvyat's in the pits. Bottas, a couple others, all diving into the pits. Ricardo, of course, stays on track. He's on mediums. He's on the same strategy as me. He doesn't necessarily need to stop again. I think Albon might have gotten held up in the pits. So I think Kvyat might be in a very good position here. That's Kvyat, because he jumped Bottas and Albon, so yeah, very good shape for Kvyat in the AlphaTauri. He could get a podium here. Now, they did, looks like those guys did hit for another set of softs, again, because of the rain, starting with intermediates. That means that nobody needs to fulfill the required tire change. You can put on any tires you want for the rest of the race, so... I'm actually very intrigued to see how much time those soft tire runners gain on myself and Ricardo. That should be very interesting
this lap,
to follow.
give us the best in lap you can.
Tire wear, still pretty good. No reason to pit. Ricardo is gaining. So Fiat is about 21 seconds, almost 22 seconds behind me in third place.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
Oh boy, rain again. Well, I think we'll be okay though, because 15 minutes. That might come like right at the end of the race, but I don't think it's going to matter enough to force a tire change. I think that's where I stand on it. Bottas will definitely gain on us. But I don't think they're going to gain enough to cut down 20 seconds in 7 laps. They would have to be gaining on us by over like 2 seconds a lap or something like that. Something crazy like that. Personal best, but not the fastest lap. Again, Bottas still holds that distinction.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
We're maintaining the gap to Ricardo, still over 6 seconds.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
5 laps to go this time. No retirements in this race as of yet. Everyone's still in.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
our gap a little bit to Ricardo.
Gap to teammate behind is 6.7 seconds.
Yeah, the guys in the fresh softs like Fiat and Bottas have not been able to make any ground on myself or Ricardo. Esteban Ocon sets the
We
fastest
pretty
lap
much
in the
burned
Grand
off our
Prix.
excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't
He
wait
takes
too
that
long to
title
turn the
away
engine
from
down.
Valtteri Bottas. Sorry for the yawn. I was just about to say, if the captain Villa, he's probably going to end up with a podium here if he can hold off Bottas, which it looks like he's been able to do so far. And Esteban Ocon sets the fastest lap again. That Renault is flying right now. At least for Ocon it is. And who's in front? Is it Gasly or is it Ocon that's in front? So Renault's running side by side and it's Gasly behind Ocon's. Ocon's probably getting the DRS help from Gasly in a big way.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Not sure if it was a mistake I made or what, but Ricardo's cut the lead down to 5.5 seconds and steadily dropping.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Yeah, that rain's not going to have any impact on this race. And just to check the tire wear, it is still in very solid shape with 3 laps to go. So, in hindsight, I'm kind of surprised that more people didn't try the mediums. I mean, Leclerc did go for hards, so he's paying for it a little bit now. Especially now that everyone else pretty much, except for a couple back markers. Ooh, excuse me, but with soft. So, yeah, fresh soft tires versus wearing hard tires. And Leclerc obviously is falling through the field pretty significantly as I run really wide. Just trying to throw this race away. That's not good. down to 4 seconds. Just a few laps to go. Cauldron here before the end of the race. We'll see. She's not that far off the road. To scratch an itch. Oops, just hate when that happens. Go, last lap of the race.
This is your final lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 3.4 seconds.
Ricardo sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, coming to take the white flag. Okay, now I'm just going really wide in those corners. There we go, by Cauldron. Try the corner sequence again. Meanwhile, it looks like Danny Kvyat will hold on to P3. Should be an incredibly impressive result for him, for sure. We get the job done.
Great job. You've done everything we wanted today.
And Danny Kvyat, deservedly so, gets driver of the day. He gets his, I believe this might be his second podium of the year, I think.
But a very important win nonetheless. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
And that's a 1-2 for Jaguar with AlphaTauri on the podium.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Another solid result for our championship leader today, allowing them to extend the gap between themselves and the rest of the standings. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Alright. That was the Belgian Grand Prix. Shout out to Luca Giotto for getting a second consecutive points scoring finish. Hamilton wallows down in P9 after starting 4th. And again, Danny Kvyat, has to be said, did a great job to get P3. Standings-wise, check out the constructor standings. Extended our gap again to Mercedes after they've gained on us the last couple races. Ferrari and Red Bull are relatively close, but I think obviously Ferrari has the measure of them now. In fact, if I were Red Bull, I'd be more worried about McLaren. Seems like Ferrari could be secure in 3rd, but if they have races like today, they're going to fall into that fight, so I think Red Bull, McLaren, and Renault are going to be fighting each other for 4th. And Ferrari could fall into that scrap if they don't, if they have more races like today. AlphaTauri sort of in a league of their own. Racing Point wallowing down in 8th. Their car is not very good, despite what the performance chart would tell you. And then, Alfa Romeo, Haas, and Williams. Driver standings wise, Ricardo gains on Bottas, but both him and Bottas lose out to me in the standings. Now 59, 63 points out respectively. Lewis, Hamilton in 4th. Albon and Gasly move up a little bit, while Leclerc and Sainz drop a little bit, while Danny Kvyat bumps into the top 10. And that was the Belgian Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. How good does it feel to have both cars in your team take the top spots? You performed better than last weekend. What changed? you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? How do you feel seeing your teammate up on the podium? Appreciate your time.
Gaining a little bit on the rivalry on Botas. It's gonna take a lot for me to beat him at this rate. Just started the rivalry at the wrong time, really, with Britain and Hungary being the first two races. Just didn't work out in my favor. $9.47 million.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment.
Let's take a look at the car. Ooh, I remember hearing about this. There was an update recently where I think we could add more logos to the car. So we put Atlantic up here. Zaineto goes up here. Atlantic goes here. This will be 7. That will be Pacifico. This will be DSP Optics. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, I just realized, I think what they actually did is that originally, when you would pick us, there were like 4 or 5 slots, it would actually put the sponsor in like 2 or 3 places. So like, the sponsorship on the Halo, the Atlantic, also went on the side right there where you see Atlantic there. That was considered 1. So I think what they did is that they broke it up. I think that's what they actually did. But it's all good. The car looks good. All the sponsors are on there. Looks much more natural, which is good. Yep, everything looks good with the car, I would say. So, 7-Eleven, 7, I keep saying 7-Eleven, 7, DSP Optics, Pacifico, Signeto, Atlantic. Advance time.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright, that was it for the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll see you next time for the Italian Grand Prix in Monza.